Jay is like Elon, he never sleeps, Deviant. That is such a cool, that is the best statement ever. Hello everyone, how's it going? Good to see you. It's so nice to see you and hang out with me here over a nice chillaxed session on a Saturday, what is it, Saturday afternoon over the mist. It is wonderful to all you happy. Hello Mr. Yoshi, Miss Nancy is here, the Deviant is here. Rando Gal, thank you so much for dropping by. Super nice to see you. I think you're a first time chatter with us. This is really nice. Mr. Brian is here. Sebastian has been trying out all kinds of random commands on the bot. That is really cool. What did you expect when you typed !" special? What did you think was supposed to happen? I'm glad the 60 million bucks thing worked. Maybe we should try that again. Very cool. MRU Studios, the commander's in the house. Very good to see you. Super nice to see you. And do we have anyone else? Miss Julia is in the house. Carol Jane is in the house. Very good to see you all again. Madness Mills is here. How exciting. And the bot is here. Jay Plays. Super nice to see you. Hey, last time we managed to grab 2 pages from the kind of swampy connection here. Maybe we're going to do the same today from another one. I have no idea how successful we're going to be. But let me just go bring this up and see what happens. We do this, that, yeah, launching executable. That sounds promising. Happy Saturday indeed. Happy Saturday indeed. I have coffee. What do you all have? My favorite beverage is, of course, here with me. Super nice. Coffee all the way. Unreal Engine. Yes, like it. Well, I know of you, of course. I know of your reputation. You're a very avid DAS Studio user. You're doing great renders. I think I follow you on Twitter, I believe. So you pop up in my feed all the time. Yes, of course, I know who you are. Are there other beverages? Wonders Yoshi. Yeah, good point. This is very nice. We took some pictures last time. Save game number 1 and an autosave. Oh, go with this one here. Yes, let's do that. Override everything. Tea, that's true. I had a tea this morning, actually. Julia had a tea this morning. And for Deviant, it's already Sunday, indeed, yes. What will we do today? I have no idea how anything works in this game, so you guys got to help me out. One of our what's the word, projects, I suppose, is that we need to lift this ship here, but I have no idea how to do that. Once we do that, we get into another age. This is really nicely done water here. I wonder what they used for that. I think they used the same water in some of their other games. Could even be Firmament. Looks very similar. That was also done with Unreal Engine 4. We need to do something with this thing here. I don't know what. I think that was difficult for me to understand last time. So this, I don't really know what we need to do. But I'm sure that's going to get us into another age as well. We've already dealt with the swamp age. That was relatively easy to get there. But then there's also the library here. We've done some things with doing stuff to the tower here, I guess. We need to put power to this puppy here, which happens by way of, I think, doing something, following these power lines, doing something in the generator. Yeah, this here is for lifting the ship. I have no idea how to do that. Frame rate, do come back to us. We do like a good fluid frame rate. We don't want, like, 1 second, 1 frame per second updates here. This is another devilishly fiendish puzzle. We don't even know how to get over there at the moment. And this is how we got to the swamp age. This tree elevator here. That doesn't look like an elevator, but there's an elevator in here. It looks highly technical. We've been there. It's not just you lagging. No, it's general, lagging time. I think it's going well. Hey, I've got good news. I've got my internet connection is working again. Over the last couple of weekends, I couldn't really stream from my main internet line because there's no upload speed at all. It was so small that I could just send data requests and get fast downloads, but I couldn't, stream away. And now it's working again, so it's all good. Oh no! Dang! Yoshi's got the migraines. That's uncool. That is uncool. I hope you're going to get it under control. It's refreshing raids. Yes, exactly. So true. So I think we have a photo album, and I've managed to turn this thing in the library round onto all the relevant points. And I think this here, we could try that out. I think that is something that has to do with this time machine there. So we could try that. There's also this mysterious combination. I think we've worked with that. 38 volts is, I think, what we need to put onto that rocket ship. So that is probably in the underground bunker. And this, I have no idea what that means. So that was probably to do with the clock tower, 1055. I mean, we were literally here. 1055. Be rude not to try that out at least. 55 is kind of this way here, ish. 55, nice. And how do we deal with the other thing? Oh yes. No, that's still that. That's not good. No. This is one of those puzzles. Nightmare with a controller. Super easy with a mouse. Just left click and drag. Awesome. 1055. Press button. See what happens. Ooh. That was easy. These are all planes here, by the way. In case you're wondering how this beautiful water splashing thing is made, that's all just a bunch of planes with an animation on there. Sometimes even just with a still image, and they just pop up at random intervals. It's very, very cool. Very nicely done. Oh, it was your first teacher in 3D stuff. Oh, that is nice. Hey, thank you so much. I had this idea that I'd like on my website somewhere, I'd like to have a section that showcases other people's work. Like, you know, people who've watched my videos and this is their main project, like a main site that just lists a lot of users, because I've inspired so many people over the years. I would really like to have a section that I keep updated with, you know, people and their work, so that people can click on, you know, your name and they go to your DeviantArt page or your ArtStation page or your project page if you're making a game or something. I think I'd like to introduce that, and I think I'd like to have people like you and Carlos and Horizon Dolls and the Commander and Brian and everyone who basically has been watching me for years and has been making creative stuff thanks to any of my videos, any of my tips. I think I'd like to have that, so I should really start that. I think it's a great idea. Sebastian, I have that as well. I have a special mixture actually of a half calf, sometimes a third calf type of coffee. Today it's a third calf, so actually in a quarter calf it is. 3 spoons of Bustelo decaf and 1 spoon of, it is, isn't it? I thought so too. And 1 spoon of, I believe, Maxwell House, the Colombian blend. And that makes up my coffee, so a quarter calf. The monthly contest, you know, it's a time thing in for me. So right now I'm super busy with other kinds of projects, and I've not had the time to steward it properly. For those of you who don't know, I've literally told my Patreon and Ko-fi supporters and my YouTube supporters about this. I have a job as a VFX artist, which is really, really cool. It's a project called Heart of Mercy, and it's happened through one of my supporters who contacted me pre-COVID, like several times. We had lots of chats about how to get that project off the ground, and they've been working away at it for 4 years, but they need some help, and he was wondering if I had time to join them. And I was thinking, ooh, that sounds like a great idea. So we're using DAS assets and Unreal Engine assets and combining 2D, so actors that were shot on real life cameras, performing a stage play in front of green screen, and we're rotoscoping them out and putting those plates into running engine, like a 3D scene, and then recreate the scene as it was in the theater production that it came from. And that is what I'm currently doing, which is really, really cool. It's part-time, so it's 3 days a week at the moment. That may expand in the future. But yeah, that is that, and my work for DAS, and my work for the YouTube channel, that kind of takes all my time at the moment. So I have no time to do anything in regards to community render challenges. But I'm hoping they'll return as soon as I, get settled in a little bit. So I'll let you know how that project goes, and I'm sure I'll be able to share a lot of. I see we haven't been able to point our laser at this then, and I'll share some of the works in progress that we're going to produce. Currently it's all a lot of testing, and about 2/3 of the movie is done already, and I'll help with the last third. So thank you, Yoshi. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's a really, really cool opportunity for me. It's fantastic to have a creative project and put all this knowledge that I have to good use, and also learn so many other things in the process that I didn't know I needed. So that is currently what I'm doing. Yes, I'll update you with the link to the project and with the teaser. It's all funded by donations. It's fantastic what the guys have done. So awesome stuff. Thank you, Carol Jane. I appreciate that. Yes, it's been quite amazing when that happened for me as well. I thought that's just wow, and it's perfect timing at this point in my life to do this as well. Oh, and here's them numbers. Ooh. So yeah, I get to learn a lot about Unreal Engine, stuff that I didn't know about Unreal Engine. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I'm really excited about it. It's also tough. Gotta say, 2, 3, 1. So is it that we need to somehow make that number 2, 3, 1 appear here? That's probably what we need to do, right? It's Mist Sage, absolutely. And there's 3 levers. What could possibly go wrong? We press this lever, that doesn't work. Gotcha. And then that happens. So that's another controller interface thing here. And oh, that does the top 2. What does this do then? That? Oh, that does that. Was that good? Can opener. Solve the gear puzzle inside the. We've done it. We've done it. This is exciting because I didn't even touch this lever. Oh, that's good, right? That is good. We've fixed the most devilishly, fiendishly difficult puzzle. We've done it. That is probably a really good idea, Brian. Let's do that. Save over game number 1, because yes. Woohoo. I don't really know what that means now, to be honest. Has anything opened here? I mean, we've done it, but has that lifted the ship now, perhaps? There's a door opened here somewhere behind us or whatnot? Oh yeah, maybe we'll close this door. See what happens. Do we get to go places? Maybe with this lever here? Have I reset it? That wasn't good, was it? I wasn't supposed to do that. I didn't mean to reset it. I fixed it. Didn't I? What did I do, Brian? What happened? Has anything else happened on the island? Was this thing on top of the tower? Good thing I saved, absolutely. I think this is where Myst does a really good job at misdirecting you. You basically, you don't know, did you do it right? Do you need to do it again? Is this related to something that's in a different age or whatnot? I have no idea. Should I reload the save? I mean, that's just gonna... This lever is just gonna... Do I need to close the door? Is it like with the elevator? Puns for days, absolutely. Ascania, how's it going? Hey, I've literally solved this puzzle literally just before you came in. And it only was 2 levers. I think I did this. Did I? I did this, I think. Or this, rather. And I think I did this twice. Or 3 times, maybe? No, that is not what I did. Damn it! I don't remember. I think it was 2 times this, and then 1 times on the one on the left here. I think. 2, 3, 1. This sort of solved it. We don't exactly know what it did. And then I pressed this here, and that kind of reset it. Mysterium! I want to be Lewis, absolutely! It is super mysterious. So when I then went and pressed this, that did not in fact get us other places. That just reset everything. But the good thing is we know how to solve it, so we just go solve it again. I like it, I like it. So this, I really yank that lever. And I'm sure there's a way to do this with the controller, but I have no idea how. And then we do this, and then that does that. And I mean, I do hear something, but I don't necessarily see something. But perhaps we shouldn't worry about it. I'm so confused by this. I'm so confused by this. Let's keep exploring. Maybe something else has happened elsewhere, I'm thinking. Oh, it's close to your bedtime. Oh, okay, no worries. Deviant, I think so too. I think animations is where it's at. Brian's big on animations as well. Brian's a very inspiring character to watch as well. He works with iClone. If you don't know Brian's, aka Zero Calvin's videos. That didn't lift the ship, did it? How's your dancing robot animation going, Brian? Is that something that you're still working on? I know these things do take forever, so... Ah, has this happened? Could this be what the clock tower opened? Oh man, this is another book, isn't it? Dun dun. Oh, this is that, isn't it? Tell you what, let me go and save this again, because I don't know what's going to happen there, if we can even... So this is probably going to get us into another realm, but I don't know if I want to go into that realm. We can always try it. Oh yeah, it's that. Like techno world. That was tricky. Much excitement, yes. There was a time on that note too, really? Really? On which one? On here before I opened it? Let me just go close it again. There was a time here? I may have totally not spotted that. Or was it back on the clock tower? How interesting. I love figuring things out, you know, by myself. Even though with these types of games it's extremely tricky to do. So this looks like it's still 10:55, but this could be something like a 10 to 2, something like that. Oh, oh, okay. Let's have a look. I'm so glad we have that photo album option. That really helped. 10:50, right? 10:55 is what I needed to turn the clock to, so that the room would open, I believe. And then when I went into that, I think that then let me do the 2, 3, 1. I think. Get time. Where do I get time for all this? This is a really good question. I wonder that myself, Brenda Girl. I have no idea. I just like, like Deviant was saying, I never sleep. Or I'm constantly exhausted. That's the other thing. But it's all so much fun, isn't it? It's so much fun. I'm intrigued by what happens here, actually, as well. Before we go into that tech age, which is just very... I remember it to be very difficult to do. This one here will get power to the rocket ship. Is it really that long a room? Yeah, it must be. In Star Trek, they would shoot this on other Hollywood sets. They would just do this with a geometric trick that they have a plate that's painted with geometrical distortions, and the room is actually much, much shorter, but there's a picture at the back that looks like it's drawn way into the distance. Just make sure nobody else is walking in front of it, because otherwise the optical illusion would become apparent. And this here, I'm thinking this is probably... I bet we need to put this to 38 volts, right? I'm not sure how we would do that, but 38 volts, that's got to be it. I could say something really bizarre and say, no, I don't use an Android phone, I use an iPhone. But that, that might just be... Poor Androids. What happens here? That makes it all go to 41 volts, and that is totally uncool. Let's switch that off. But I could say the same about you, RenderGirl. You have a tremendous output. Like Carlos, for example. You know, I'm sure you know Carlos Gimpera. He does some thumbnails for me every once in a while. 36 volts, we're getting there. He has a full-time job, and he is making tons and tons of renders. 40 volts, that's not good, is it? 50 volts, dang. We can probably just brute force this, right? Right, good idea. Do you know, I got that iPad with the M2 processor, the iPad Pro. Carlos is a freak. Carlos is so talented. Carlos is phenomenal. Oh, yeah, this is 1. So if we ever needed to add 1 to our number, and this is 2, this is 1 and 2. What was this again? This is 36. Perfect. So we just add these, and that should do 38. Isn't that? Come on. Well, that got 38 on the left, but not on the right. Is there a button for that? There isn't. But didn't the right thing sometimes show a voltage? This is kind of easy to remember, right? This is kind of an L-shaped thing. Yes, he does like 5 awesome renders a day, and with the latest product as well. That is, you know, where does he find the time for all this? Deviant, have you tried out the facial animation feature in Unreal Engine? Because that is one thing I haven't had the time for yet. So apparently what Deviant is talking about is there is an iPhone app that also works on the iPad that uses the LiDAR scanner in the iPhones on the front camera, and it lets it film your face. It then films the depth values of, you know, where your flesh is and stuff, and then it transfers that. It basically records that, sends that over to Unreal Engine, and with that data you can drive facial expressions in Unreal Engine. Something very, very cool. So no matter what I do now, it looks like the left-hand scale doesn't quite go up anymore. Let's put 99 volts in. That's got to be the right voltage, right? I remember my chemistry teacher in Germany back in the day. He always used to say, a lot helps a lot. It's got to be true for voltage as well. Maybe there's outside factors we're not quite aware of. I might just go and take a picture of this in case I forget how to make 38 volts. Was it like this? Post-process volume, come on. Yes, there we go. Camera on Y, take a picture. There we go. That's 38 volts right here. Viel hilft viel, Herr Pakropper. This is exactly what he used to say. But then he did chemistry experiments and stuff, and he put a piece of, what's it again, magnesium into water, and he goes, well, if you do that with a lot of magnesium, that effect is a lot stronger. And you go, yeah, we can imagine. Why did you leave your previous job again? Yes, Herr Pakropper. Wonder what happened to these people. Is it that we need to press buttons at the top here and stuff? I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Do you know that was a math teacher we had. That was that guy. I don't think I ever had lessons with him. Dang. But we had one of those guys, a huge tall guy. He always wore 2 wallets in each of his back pockets. I don't know why I remember that. And he was kind of a maths freak. Maths and physics education, I suppose you call it. Ah, solved the generator power puzzle. Have we now? Really? It's making that satisfying buzzing noise, which makes me wonder, do we also need to pull this lever, or is that already making that satisfying noise as well? Is it? No, it's actually making that, so perhaps... Nope, we do not need to press that again. I am very impressed by this already. Does this mean that when we go back to the basement there, do we now have 38 volts on both sides? Possibly. I could have sworn there was an active load screen in this at one point. That doesn't seem to be there anymore. Yes! 38 volts on both sides! Bzzz. This is awesome! This is awesome! Brian, I think we should play Firmament next. Now that we have 3 patches, what do you think? Do that crazy ice thawing puzzle again. To the moon, Alice! Is it as easy as just pressing a button and going there? OMG, it's opening up! Move slider. Yeah, okay. What do we do with this slider? We do nothing. Gotcha. That's that klaxon clearly indicated. That wasn't very good. And we do... What do we do here? Probably... It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle, all right. Your math teacher tried to pull a possum out of the tree because girls were scared and urinated all over him. We named him Possum. That's crazy. We all had math teachers in the day. I have a feeling some literature is needed to solve this puzzle, because I have a feeling whatever I need to play here, I probably need to recreate with these crazy sliders here. Just call me DJ J. The teacher or the possum. If I was the possum and my teacher would urinate on me, I wouldn't like that either. But, you know, we had a teacher, he was just weird, and people used to call him, what was his real name again? I don't even remember. I don't remember his real name. We just called him Jellyfish. And just just looking at him and his hairstyle, it made perfect sense. So I can't decide if we're done with this or not. We might not be, because this here is that clock tower, and I pulled a lever there while I was there. So I'm wondering what happens if we go and if we do that, and then we go and do this. That we've been there, we've done kind of, well, it didn't have anything, but this here, oh no, it didn't have anything. So we've been to all the places that snap in red, but it looks like that new lever that I've pulled, that doesn't snap in red. So I have a feeling maybe we don't need to do this then. I will anyway, just because that's just what I like. And I can't get enough of, getting into this elevator here. Oh, thank you, Render Girl. I really appreciate that. Exactly, it is almost live, isn't it? It's just a few seconds delay there. That's also true, Ascania, yes. That is very true. Yeah, I see, I think this doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't really look at anything, so I think we're probably okay not doing that. It was just a yeah, and this doesn't show us anything. Also interesting to see that this is obviously how they've done it, that all these plaques do exist in the right spots here. Very nice. Very nice, Cyan. Very nice. Brian, so you're saying the whole VR headset purchase thing, we're going to put that back by a couple of months? Is that what you're saying? And are we going to go with the Valve thing? Is that what we're doing? This month, Apple apparently are going to give us news at the WWDC about their new version of a VR headset. But from what I hear, it's not going to be a consumer device. It's for developers. Rumored to be about $3,000, and of course only capable to do anything with Apple devices, so perhaps not easily uphookable into things like the Unreal Engine unless you run it on a Mac. But for those of us who don't have $7,000 a minute to spend on hardware. So what should we do? Should we go to that techie age, or should we try to see what happens in this time traveling tower here? I'm kind of interested to give it at least a go. I don't know what happens if we go to this age and we get trapped there. I don't know if we're all bright enough to figure this out. What do you think? I don't know what Computex is actually, to be honest. Like Beaker from Sesame Street. He was one of my favorite characters. Beaker and Rolf, the piano player. Let me try this out, because I think we've got these clues for that now, don't we? We get, we have this, and it looks like we can put all kinds of crazy dates in here, and since we have those, we could try the first one. I don't know what's going to do. January 17th, 12:07 at 5:46 a.m. I mean, that is dead in the past before we go into the super distant future. Let's try that. January 17th, 12:07 at 5:46. Which one was that? Did he have a name? Thank you, Brian. Awesome. And then we'll deal with the next one in a second. So January, that's correct. January 17th, Oh, 23. That's the time, isn't it? Oh, that's gotta be the time. 12, 5, 46. 46. Gotcha. 46. How do we get up? Because that's not how that works. Did we click that? I don't know how it works. Oh, this is how it works. Gotcha, got the lever. January, gotcha. I think we're on the right track here now. 17th. I like that satisfying clunk noise that it does. The alien in Sesame Street. Render Girl, you can shake my hand. You can shake it. You can shake it. Hang on a second. I know what button to press. I think this one. Yes, you can shake my hand virtually like this. that's that I can offer that right now. Firm handshake. I love it. 17th, 12:07. 12. Oh yes. 07 at 5:46, right? 5:46 a.m. And then I guess press this button. I'm not sure what just happened. Should we have closed the door? Oh, okay, right. What do you think it means, Brian? I have no idea what it means. Because, we need to find that pattern in the sky. Your poor feet. Your poor feet, are they in the bubble bath? To get them refreshed a little bit. Hey, really sorry that you got rejected at the DAS store, Sage. It hurts, it sucks. I'm really sorry about this, but gotta tell you, it happened to all of us on the first try, so don't feel bad. I think everyone gets rejected the first time around, so you know, there's always the future. And well done on making the product, and I hope it does well at another marketplace. Fingers crossed. Screenshot it, that's a good idea. Not so much this, but this, right? I'm thinking. Ka-ching! And let's try out the next date. That has got to be equally exciting, I'm sure. Which is January the 13th, 3802 at 8:09 p.m. That is exciting indeed. Hey, I wish you all the best with it. I hope it's going to work out. Put a few well-deserved bucks, thank you, Brian, into your bank account. So we're sticking with January. We're almost there on the date. But the year, I mean, wow, we're going several thousand years into the future here. When we say that, we don't actually know what year it is in Mist Island right now. Probably isn't 2023. At 8:09, p.m. Europeans look at this and say that's totally fine. Europeans are military people. Okay. I wonder what it means. Okay, that is that. January 13th, 3802 at 20. Oh no, this is wrong. I put 2009. Yes, Brian, well spotted. Of course this is garbage. That's just terrible. 09, there we go. 1 minute, and it makes such a difference. Aha! Yeah, that is way better. That is way better. Okay, perfect. And now, lo and behold, can we delete things like that, like this here? I think I might delete that because that's 2008. We don't even want to keep it. And then we're doing August the 7th, 73:52 at 8:15 in the evening. Thank you so much. Yes, I will have a sleepless night. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. Currently, we go to bed at about 2 a.m. and then we get up at about 10 in the morning. We try to get up earlier. Usually we get up at 9:30 type thing. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. Wonderful to meet you. Wonderful to meet you. And I'll see you on Twitch, Twitter, even Twitter. Have a good night while we travel to August the 7th. August the 7th, 73. Do you think humanity is going to be around at that age? Still? I mean, if we're talking Earth years, in 2352, I mean, not even Aloy was around at that point. She lived 4,000 years earlier than that, so... Yes, let's see where we go from here. 8:15, is it? 15. August the 7th, 73:52. Viewed some dated constellations. All right. Viewed them, yes. Used them for anything particular? Not at the moment. Ka-ching. So we weren't really time traveling. We were just pointing what appears to be the observatory thing into different portions of the sky that is only night when you look through it, but not night when you look at the actual sky. Curious, this. What do you think it wants to tell us? If I go and look at our output here, what do we think it means? No, don't delete it. No, don't do that. I was thinking we're just going to go and step through these things. No, I don't want to delete this. No, don't do that. Should we be focusing on the two large white dots, you think? A planetarium, that's it. Planetarium, not observatory. Good point. The two might not be mutually exclusive. Planetarium. I went to the one in Greenwich. That was pretty cool. That was, I think we went when both Jupiter and Saturn could be seen from Earth. And it was a big event, and we could literally see that live through the telescopes. Amazing, seriously cool. And I think they also showed us the moon, which was not completely full at that night, but it was full enough to literally see a really, really close-up eye of the craters on the moon. That's very, very cool. Seriously cool. So I'm thinking, like, this is a good example. We have these little dots, but we also have these largish dots here. I wonder if those are the ones we're supposed to focus on. I tell you what, the only thing that I remember that looked a little bit like that, I'm not saying this is how to do it or this is how it's going to work, is behind here in the library. Wasn't there this thing that we could somehow do something with? Yes. And once we're in here hiding, there's 47 million buttons. I mean, I don't know if... This is going to be really tough to line this up with something like that. Because I wouldn't know which one of these is the top row. I mean, if we're only focusing on this, and that, and disregard the smaller ones. Here also, this is kind of square, whereas the other one isn't. I don't really know. Let's try out this one here. That might be easy. The two ones in the middle. We will be pets for the AI. It's so true. Oh no! I find that very confusing when they do that. I find that very confusing. It could be this and that. Does anything happen? No. Dang. Okay. What if we were to put that and that on there as well? Would that make any kind of difference? Like this, the kind of this and that. Are these things even related, Brian? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's what we're supposed to do. We can always, you know, draw nice shapes on here. Like here, look, this is a plant. It grows up. I didn't have the room to draw it out, but dang. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is for something else, for something more. You know, unrelated to star charts and things. I think. It's because you're the new generation, you know. Back in my day, we bought a game for £30, £40. I think £30 back then was probably the toughest thing. It consisted of about 60 kilobytes of data, and it kept you entertained for literally months. That's where I come from. And this is still one of those games. How are we going to lift the ship, do you think? I don't think we've had any clue about. Well, this is nautical. This could be nautical. Did this do it? Of course it didn't. Did this do something? I'm thinking maybe we'll flick the switches for stuff that is nautical, because you know, that has to do with boats and stuff. Or maybe I should have left those on. So that switches that off. Does that make sense? I don't even get this. Do they need to be in pairs or whatever? Maybe my nautical idea wasn't such a good one. So I couldn't really do these types of games by myself unless I have a lot of time. But usually what ends up happening is that I have to look at a walkthrough. It is so much more satisfying working this out by yourself and really trying to think about what does this mean. And I think this makes these types of games so good for community playthrough, because we all have different ideas. So, you know, I'm welcome to hear any. If you look at these symbols and you think, this could be that. I'm thinking, are they meant to be used in pairs? Yes or no? Am I supposed to switch them all off and leave a couple on that will then lift the boat? I think it's not actually that much. I think it's just a couple of switches that you have to flick for the boat to open up here. And this thing is just a small version of the boat we have down by the harbor. So when this lifts, it'll also lift the one by the harbor. You know, this is something I've been wondering, and I don't know how they've realized this. So this is the same kind of water effect that we have in the actual water down there. But usually you take a plane and you apply that onto a surface, and then you have that kind of, you know, water effect. I don't think they have a disc for this. So it's either a plane that's masked out here under the well piece, and just put an opacity mask on there that crops the rest out, or it's a flat cylinder. And a flat cylinder has kind of an underside and side. I don't know how they made that. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. £100, wow. This happens to a lot of people, Yoshi, actually. I remember an engineer back in Berlin, he had that. He was thin as a rake, but he was a chain smoker, and eventually he just gave up. And within 6 months, he was unrecognizable. And it's because he literally replaced cigarettes with Haribo. So that was, you know, it was not so good. Oh, Geek Magazine shut down. What a shame. Do you know that this is great, because this wasn't actually explained anywhere, this whole boat lifting puzzle, Deviant. So none of us have any clue what this means. We haven't seen these symbols anywhere. I haven't tried switching everything off. Maybe I will try that. I don't detect a pattern between these things. I mean, this is, what is this? This is a beetle, maybe? A beetle, a snake, some cross, an eye, and an anchor. What does all this have in common? Sweet FA is the answer. So I don't know, do we need to... I've seen people literally just switch off a couple and then all of a sudden things work. Also remember, we're playing the randomized version, so if you look at a walkthrough that just says switch off the leaf and the anchor, that might not work in this version, because with us things are randomized. Is anything happening here? Nothing. So this is one of those science puzzles where I have to say I don't even know, just in principle, what you want me even to look for. Oh, so you kind of, right, that is, whoo, that's expensive, isn't it? I mean, tobacco's always been expensive, but that is sounds very expensive. Don't replace the fags with Haribo, though. Yeah, so the pertinent notes, I've taken screen grabs of, and I mean, there was this here, but I don't think that's related. Very plain view on mist and access can be if the simple first locate switches on the island. These switches go to the wood hut, while the marker switch in the off position. What does it mean? Somewhere there's a book that shows what each of those star patterns symbolizes. Ah, okay. Because this we clearly need a second half to understand what it all means. But it also only pertains to vault access, so I don't think this pertains to the ship. I mean, if there is a book, we should check out the library. We've checked out those books, they're totally evil. These books here, is there anything that is still usable? Oh! Channel wood. I'm just going to go browse through it. So this is good reading here. Atris. Writing in different types of pens here. Very nice. Future Bridge. Oh, he's talking about the wooden age here. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were all destroyed here. Let's see what the other... ship. It's a really funky story. So if you're not familiar with this, Atris is a guy who discovered he has a talent that by writing words in a book, it creates real worlds to which he can travel, and that's super exciting. It's a very cool concept, because that's what world building is really all about, and it also relates to what Cyan are doing. They're giving us these experiences just by thinking them up and then making them a reality that we can then go and explore. That is very cool. Stone ship age. This is not where we are. This is something that we go to when we go on the boat. Ah. Constellations. That's the anchor. Oh, wow. That's the eye. Interesting. So we've had that. That is interesting, Brian. So the eye star chart, we've seen that. So definitely, let's remember eye. Now have a look at the other ones. And this one we had as well. So eye and leaf, for sure. Oh my, this is exciting. This was that black book there. So eye and leaf, that we definitely had those. I do recall. This was eye, for sure. And then... was this leaf? I can't remember. Yes, it's true. You don't want to spell everything out for the viewer, reader, whatever the medium is. But yes, that is true. You have to hint at enough for your brain to flesh out the missing bits, and that also makes it really exciting. You don't want to overload people with detail or with backstory. You don't want to give everything away too early. You want to just tease at things and, you know, let the brain do some work, because that's really what is so exciting. That was so exciting about this. You can do too much world building, absolutely. So we have this here, and we have that. Let's see. Yeah, so it is an art, isn't it? Swan, maybe? Definitely the eye. And you think we need to switch these things off? That is true. Some people need more hints than others. That's true. And the thing is, you only have yourself that you can gauge by as you write. Is this enough? Is this too much? I don't know. Then you literally have to give it to people and collect a lot of feedback, see what the majority are thinking about. How have you done that? But you can only do it once with a certain group of people. You can't do it twice because they already know stuff. So if you take things away and you give it to them again, they've already had the first read experience. So it's tricky, isn't it? I think I only see eye and leaf here. I mean, let's have a look at the other books while we're here. They look like some that might have interesting hints in here, like you know, that random chasm, collect heat. That sounds all very technical. Some of it's been destroyed. Ah, there we go. That's interesting. That I should take a picture of. That I should take a picture of. Because, you know, that might help us with the rocket ship. Oh, this is maybe about the tech age. Could that be it? Yes, yes. Track slope and power. That could be important as well. I'm just thinking, you know, we're stranded in an age and we don't know how to do things. And then is there this one here? That's another one? No. Yes. Ah. Ooh, yes. Yeah, we found that. Oh, come on. Seriously? Should we try out all the combinations? Carol Jane, thank you so much for dropping by. It's always nice to see you. We'll let you know how the journey progresses beyond page 479. pages do you think are in this book? Can you imagine? One for every year until 7,800. What's it? I need to see what's on the last page. Nearly there. Nearly there. Come on, again. Oh, God. I trust there's more pages. This was that. Gotcha. And then this was that. Okay, good. We say I and leave, right? Let's try that. I and leave. And since the default position was on, I might just go and switch those off. Leave. And I, was that on the other side here? I think it was, wasn't it? I. Yes. Okay. That wasn't the solution. Yes, they were, weren't they? Atris. Those were... that was not the solution. We could try it the other way around. We could try switching everything but these things off. That's possible. Horse activated. We could try that. I'll try inverting it, see if that does anything. A tenner in my pocket says that is not how that works. I always think if they make puzzles, they probably want you to be able to work it out. They wouldn't just completely... Oh yeah, it needs to be on there, doesn't it? Randomly put any old junk in and then... trust people do it by brute force. That was not the solution. This followed by pulling a lever sort of thing. Might that work? That was not the solution. Okay, I don't know. Was that third? That third star sign. That for sure. So there's these two in the middle with bits and pieces on the outside. Have we seen something like that? Two bits and pieces in the middle with things on the outside. No, it looks like that isn't in here. Or unless it's this, the swan. Swan could be that. Could be. It could be. Swan. Okay, cool. Let's put the swan into the mix. Which one was the swan? That wasn't it. Swan? Nope. I think was it over here? Was this a swan? No. That is not the swan. We're going to totally find him. This is not the swan either. That's not the swan. Swan's gone. Swan's already gone home. Sure, I've seen the swan here somewhere. Last time I switched stuff on, the swan was part of this, wasn't it? -2. Partly because... Oh, that's the swan. Partly because I have no idea what we're doing. I tell you what happened. I don't know if that was when you were here. We went into this contraption here. Actually, before we did that, we fiddled around. I'll show you how we actually got to all these things. We had a look at this. And whenever you flick a switch on the island, a blue thing pops up here. Then we went to go and tweak this and turn this to particular places. So whatever we switch this to, like let's say this here, wherever it snaps in red, you can now go up into the tower and we see an exciting plate on the wall. And for that particular tower, we saw this plate being exposed. So as you dial this thing, the tower moves, rotates, and gives away a different plate depending on the position. So that's kind of cool. So depending on where we tweak this thing, it gives us these clues here. And this is the one that we received. 3 dates with 3 times. So we went in to this, dialed in those things, and got a star pattern from the observatory, planetarium, sorry, that looked like this. And those symbols we happened to find in this book that then relates them somehow to symbols, which we happen to find on the switches around a well with the miniature boat. And if we pull them up or down in the right order, maybe this ship will rise. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I think that's a good explanation of all these interconnected puzzles. So if we've picked the right star signs, perhaps I'll go and invert them again. So switch everything on except for the ones that we've seen. Do you know, there was a heavy discussion on the Firmament Steam page. Damn it! In which people were bemoaning the fact that Firmament, some parts of Firmament, were generated with the help of AI, and we don't know what they've done. They say it's kind of for background patterns and some photos and stuff. And they were open enough to mention that. But there's a huge discussion that people say, oh my god, that's terrible. Kind of interesting how quickly people are ready to lash out. Cross, hang on, no. Cross isn't, we don't want the cross here. Cross totally wasn't what we wanted. Did we? We wanted to see the swan. Did this do it? Also, the snake. No, why is the snake? Oh yeah, I inverted these things, didn't I? Oh! Well, I don't know then. I don't know how this works then. Yes, exactly. $70. That's the new price tag for AAA video games. Crazy stuff. Monsieur Nate, how's it going? Can you get it on Game Pass? Get it on Game Pass. That's $10 a month. Or $1 for 3 or something. Too many. Well, I don't know about this then. I'll switch everything back on. Maybe that'll help. But to be honest, I never understood this puzzle. Last time I literally just looked at a walkthrough and it wasn't a randomized version then. And it just said, just pull these levers and somehow the ship came up. But there was never any clue as to why you need to do this. I'm a big fan of the why. And then thinking, oh, I see, that makes sense. Cyan aren't so much into the why though. They're just into complex puzzles that make no sense. I suppose we can always try to do this puzzle here. Because I think I might be able to work this out. So this here, we got a clue in one of the books that had something to do with notes. So assuming they want us to play these notes in this particular order, we're talking E flat, G, F sharp, A flat, nope, sorry, B flat, A flat. That's, of course, not something I can remember, but I suppose, so E flat, G, C sharp, no, F, no, it's either G flat or F sharp, either one of those. Let's say, so it's B flat, G, F sharp. And then it's D sharp, C sharp. Does that make sense? How is your mother doing? Yes, good question. How is your mother doing? So C sharp, D, I'm sorry, what am I saying? It's E flat. I'm so sorry. It's E flat, D, F sharp. That's a good start. E flat, G, F sharp, followed by E flat, D flat. Let me just put that down somewhere so that I don't forget. Yes, send her the kindest regards. I do second that. So I don't really have a. I should have something here. Let me find something. I'll find something. Something like a notes app. Where is notes? Where is notes? Okay, reminders. That'll do. And then ask all kinds of questions. You can't just go and press a button, write a note. That's not how this works anymore. You gotta answer questions and make decisions there and then. It's bad, man. It's bad. I dislike it. I dislike it. And it used to be so easy. It totally isn't anymore. Back in the day when you had pen and paper, huh? It was just so easy, wasn't it? It was so easy. I'm still at a point where I can write things down. It is so sad. This could take another 20 minutes, so I do apologize. Okay, let me see. So this was come on, this is ridiculous. Just go type stuff, man. It's this iPad keyboard doesn't have the escape key at the top left. It has some other key that no one uses. So I think E flat, followed by G, followed by F sharp, followed by E flat again, and then it's D flat, which could also be the sharps, but I think it's more about getting this tonally correct, I think, and then recreating that on the sliders. I think that is how that works. So the first one was this. Oh, thanks, that's good. You can remember that tone. Okay, fine, perfect. Let's try that over here. Dude. No. There, that's it. That's that note, I think. That is certainly that note. Followed by G. Followed by that. So this followed by that. Dude. Let's try this. No. No. Phew. I think that's it. I think that's it. Followed by another E flat and a D flat. But now it's higher, so it's this one here. And then a tone deeper. Let's try that. I think, no, one higher, one higher. This could be it. I don't know. No, that wasn't it. What a shame. That is such a shame. That is such a shame, huh? Oh, has the picture just gone black? All I see is black. Are you still seeing me? Yes. Let's hope it's not a SpaceX rocket. Yeah, it looks like I'm not getting anything anymore. But that could just be me. No, I'm back. I'm back. That was just you know. Nerd. What a shame. Let me figure out the more precise controls here with the controller. I have a feeling there's something to it that this is a bit more precise here than doing it with the mouse and keyboard. Okay, let's go from the front then here. So I think it's E sharp, F sharp. Okay. Does that tally up with what I've written down here? It's actually E flat G F sharp, if memory serves me right. So this one. Oh, sorry, this one followed by this one. So that's correct, I think. And this is a half tone lower, and then we have E flat and D flat at the top here. Oh, so that's actually too high that we had. Nah, let's try that. Let's see. That could be it. Is this it? No! Dang! I think it might be the E flat at the top there. I think that's just not the right frequency. Let me consult my notes here, see if it's actually if I did note it down correctly here. Yes, it's E flat and D flat. 4 and 5, that's what I'm concerned about. I think they weren't quite correct. That might be it. Is this it? Is this it? Ooh, ah, That was it? work this out. This is good. I don't know if I want to go there though. Is that a wise idea? I have a feeling a puzzle awaits us that is just so terrible that no one can work it out. But now we have 2 dimensions we could visit. I don't know how easy it is to get back. I think once you're there, you're trapped there in limbo and you can't travel back easy, because that's just how friendly the developers are. I think they changed that a little bit on subsequent games. So we have that age, and we have this age up here that we can travel to. And the boat, yeah, I just can't work out. I just can't work out how we lift it. That's something that just still eludes me, because I have no idea what they want, so to say. So yeah, any suggestions, totally welcome. I mean, all I do remember is that these switches, once flicked in the right position, they'll go and make this boat come out of the water, which means we can then go on that boat there. Technically, I think that's the next age I'd like to do, but if that isn't possible, we can also go to another one. Any suggestions? Do let me know. So far, it looks like we have these patterns here. That one, and that one. Yeah, and we have some symbols here in some book that somehow line up, but we don't know if those need to be then switched off or switched on. We just have no idea. Sadly, I can't just bring them up side by side on the screen. That would be ideal, but of course that's not, it's not how this works. So is that really what we have here, like 3 dots type thing? It might not be. I'm assuming that is that, but it could also, not be that. So maybe we're wrong about the leaf. Maybe we're wrong about the leaf. Maybe we're wrong about the swan as well. Difficult to say. Difficult to say. Let me actually go grab a little notebook, and I'm going to write these things down, and then I will compare them. Hang on a second. It's so tricky. It is so incredibly tricky. So I'll show you my notebook here that I have handy when I do things like this. I also don't quite know why my return is like 7 hours behind live, but it's one of those things. So yeah, this is my notebook, and this is where I write things down. Then I should have really had that here, and this is where all kinds of adventures games go in here. This is some freaky puzzles and stuff, and they're in total random order. But now I'm going to go and note down these constellations. So this is the anchor thing here. And anchor guy, and it's just a sketch, so anchor guy is like this and that and that, and then we have like this and that, and then we have sort of that. So this is, this is my anchor drawing. So I'm going to do this for every of these things, and then, we'll hopefully we'll get the right thing out here. So this is the eye. And eye is very easy, that's just like this. And then we have the snake. I wish I was better at drawing, but sadly, I'm not, so this is as good as it gets for me. We have these dots here, and then we have 2 dots here. That's the snake. And this is the spider, or the beetle. Suppose if it was a spider, it had 8 legs, which, you know, it doesn't. So that's not it. This is totally not a spider. It's a beetle then. And that looks like, that's a bit tricky. That's like this and that, I suppose, with a little thing here, little thing there, little thing there. This is the messiest of them all. I hope then they're not going to pick that. There, this is it so far. Take note of that, yes. Take note of that. Don't forget to take notes. Here's a cross. And that is... Brian, is this how you work as well with adventure games like this? Do you know, speaking of adventure games, Julia and I got into the Talos projects now. And I remember I tried that out on stream and I really didn't like it because it was just, I didn't get it. And the first level, I think, is a bit terrible. But after that, it's really interesting what happens there now. So we've unlocked, opened all the buildings. Talos is great. It's really cool. We've unlocked the last building, and all these puzzles, they really are tricky to work out. We've done a couple of these things where you have to point lasers from one puzzle to the outside to get some other piece. Very cool, and the story is really exciting. I have to say, it's really nice. So thank you for the tip. They're making a second one, actually, Talos Principle 2, which we can currently pre-order, so that we become beta testers for the first version, as it happens now with newly released AAA games. When something comes out, you get the rubbish version for paying full price and being a beta tester. People who get the bargain version or the free version 2 years later, they get a finished, polished game. It's a crazy thing, that. Swan is a bit tricky. So I'm looking forward to that. I might buy that, the second version. They also have a download, like a DLC pack, that I might acquire at one point. I always wonder, how do they come up with puzzles like that at the conceptual stage? I liked it when people were actually hired to do beta testing and got paid for it, and as a result a finished product got shipped. Those were the days. I really like those days. I don't like the days where a group of youths is being invited down to the game publisher. They give them tea and biscuits and let them play a game that's in development for no extra cash. There we go. We've got it all. We've got it all. We've got it all. So now I can go and compare my sketches to reality, which was, you know, that, for example. So what do we think this is? That could be, that's none of them. We don't even have that. So that isn't a symbol. That's a shame, isn't it? That totally is a shame. I don't see that in my notes at all. Is that that? No, not really. So the leaf is actually not there. So no wonder this didn't work. This is actually not part of it. I don't think we have that. This here. Wait a minute. Bizarrely, no, forget it. We don't have that one either. I don't think we have that one either. We do, I'm lying. We do have, this could be the swan. So the swan is definitely a contender. Swan is a contender, and it's the right way up as well. I think that is the swan. If you can see that here, this is what I drew for the swan. Let's see if it comes out here. This is what I drew. I think that's the swan. It's barely visible, but it's, you know, swan it is. And then we have that. And that is the eye. That is the eye for sure. Swan and eye. But how do we then explain that the third symbol doesn't exist? Or did I just misdraw that? Is there such a thing as misdrawing things? I don't think I have it. No, it's the snake. It's the snake. It's just very... That is definitely the snake. I've got the snake! This here, that could be the snake. That. I think that's the one. Swan eye and... I'm glad you're finding so many funky symbols, Brian. That's very cool. It's a snake then. Swan plus eye plus snake. Now, then the next thing is, do we need to enable these or disable these? Because that is still something I'm not entirely sure about. Why would we disable them? Or is it about doing that in the correct order? Can't be. Swan, eye, and snake. So currently they're all enabled, so I'm going to disable the ones that we don't want to see. Let's hope that it doesn't have to be in order, because that would be terrible. It wasn't about disabling them. Was it about disabling all the others? I think all the others are on. No, they were not on. No, that's the on, that's the eye, that's the... That was the other thing. That was the snake. Gotcha. They need to be off there. So, alternatively... Swan, Eye, and Cthulhu. I like it. So, invert, do you think? Switch everything off except for these ones? Therefore, erasers were invented. Indeed. You know, that might be a nice documentary, actually. The history of erasers. I remember my favorite, well, I suppose, erasing mechanism was back in school when we used to write with blue ink. And there was this magic thing that you can just erase the ink with. Oh, salvager! Raised the sunken ship! Ooh, we did it! Oh my god, the ship! It's here! Birds, what do you think? The ship is here! This is exciting! I can't walk down. Why not? Because we need to go on the stairs. This is exciting! Now sink the risen ship! Look at that. Nice shaders, because it was underwater for the last 400 years. Yes, indeed. It has dried rather fast, I have to say. That's nice. But yeah, look at that. It's been in the water up to about here. That's dry, that's wet. That is good. That is very good. Careful, slippery, you know. Ooh, it's the thing that gets us into this age. Ooh. Do you think this is live rendered from the next level? Maybe not. It drained rather quickly. I mean, the thing is, perhaps physical laws, they don't quite apply here on Mist Island as they do elsewhere. I might go and save my game here actually, just in case we go to that age and we find, hey, we have no idea what to do, because that could happen. We have about 15 minutes. We can always have a look. Which age do you prefer? Do you think we should go here? Should we go to the tech age, or should we fly the rocket? What do you think? I'm happy with either, but you know, if you have a suggestion of where you'd like to go, rather, let's go there. Don't ask stupid questions. That is exactly the attitude. Yes. I mean, while we're here, let's go into this crazy age here, because I think visually it looks very exciting. The tech age. Dang, Nate, 1 second too late. Damn you, YouTube delay. From now on, I will have my clever little book of answers next to me. That is good. Yeah, look, this is stuff I've worked out in Riven here. This is the numbering system in Riven. That was a bit crazy. Riven, currently being remade. I think I was playing multiple games at the time then. That's very good. There's no tit age. No, sorry, there's no tit age. No. Very cool. So, welcome to whatever this is called, and we've been brought here by ship. But ship is totally stuck in the rock. And ship's also flooded, so there's no going further down here as we did before. This is what I meant. It's a little bit creepy to just rush ahead into an age and then not have an easy way back, because that is what they do. And now you're trapped here and you think that's not good. Yes, that is not good. Ooh, God rays, volumetrics and all. Very nice. We could leave this running 24/7 loop. This is like an art installation, isn't it? Yeah, like this. Just stream this 24/7 with this music. It's gonna be a major hit. And register that domain quick, Ascan here. What do we do with this? We do... Oh yeah. We look around. We don't know what we're searching for. What does that mean? And once we're done, can we look through this as well? No, we can't. We just look through this. That's nice. That contraption certainly works. I don't really know what we need to point that as. Maybe we need to raise something else. That's a nice little umbrella thing. Maybe we can have a look at that. I do remember that our main plan here... That's something we can pick up now. Our main plan here is to lower the water inside here and in the ship, and then we'll get to where we actually need to go to. Oh no, now it's raining. That's not good. Yeah, this also requires water to be lowered. Oh, key. Can't we just pick up the key? Oh no, there's no inventory, is there? Dang. Okay, fine. Forget that then. Can we go up? You think we can, but we can't, because that would be... Oh, this is the key. Should we use the key here? Is that how we're supposed to, like, put key in here? Dude, you clearly had the key a second ago. You can't tell me this isn't... This is too far away, is it? Yes. Okay, good. That's good. Well, then the other way is a little umbrella thing. That is nice. In case the sun exposure gets too much. Kind of 3 spikes thing. I only wish I knew what it actually did. Did this do something? Something to the tower, maybe? Where did this do stuff? And do we need to also go and pull these levers, which they made impossible with the controller? Proudly made it unworkable with the controller. Congrats, Cyan. Well done. What do you think is happening? Oh! This drained the water. This is awesome. Did it drain the water everywhere? No, it didn't. Oh. Ah! Yoshi, you were very brave hanging in there. What do you usually do with migraines? Is there a technique you use to minimize them? Or do you pop pills? Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate that. I'll be back tomorrow with more stuff underwater. We're definitely underwater. Look at the fish. That's exciting. Ah. Yeah, that is dark and switched off, so nothing for us to do in here. Or is there? Is this something that we can push, maybe? No. Dang. What a shame. Hey, we tried. Avoid light. Yes. Lie down. It's another one. Avoid noises. I'm so bad with migraines. They're not just annoying. They're absolutely killer. So we technically have 3 flooded areas, don't we? This one, and that one. So this was that. See what this does. Does that do something? Hey, Mr. Chris, how's it going? That certainly flooded that. Maybe that cleared out this. Yes, that cleared out this. That's nice. Chris, welcome. How was your 2 o'clock stream? Whoops. This is all very dark. Chris is streaming again tonight at 8 p.m. EST, I believe. Ooh. Some posh bloke's bedroom. I love it. And it's all under the sea. Ha ha. Ooh, look at that red page. I can't believe it. This is great. Maybe there's also a blue page here. Well, if we find the red page here, I suppose this is the red guy's lair. And he wouldn't have lived with the blue guy together, like whatever their names are. This is exciting. Somebody and Akana, I believe. Akana and whoever. And they're both evil, so... Ooh, is this a globe of the world that we're at? Crazy stuff, man! Ooh. Very nice. I want to build that in Blender now. That is very cool. Easy animation too. I could watch this for hours. And then you put it onto some kind of a thing. And you got it! Oh, round of substance wrestling today. Hey, I've recently looked into the Quixel mixer. That is an interesting approach. I have a feeling that might technically work better for me, because as much as I like what Substance Painter can do, it is just over my head, like 50,000 little Yakko panels everywhere. It's just like, I do not understand what these whole generators and fillers are. With the Quixel mixer, you just go effect, export. I like that approach. That's much more what my brain can handle, I think. But there's also so much more to explore. It's just they try to make it very intuitive, whereas Substance Painter is very unintuitive, for me at least. So I'll see if I switch, if I can get the same results with the mixer. I might go and switch. Punch it! I can't! I'd love to. I'd love to punch it. Maybe this is all we could do here. Or maybe this is the planet and this is the... What is that then? Creepy things. Can you imagine, you have this room, it's all nice. Every once in a while you pop your head out and there's just a ship in the rocks. Do you think, why did I move here again? Interesting. Well, let's unflood the third thing and see if we can find more treasures. Let's go do this. Like, you know, like that. And then we do that. I still don't know how that relates to this thing at the top here. That's full. That is still full. Or full again. And I would imagine... Can we now do something over here? Yes! Oh, nice. Who built this and why? I suppose you don't build these things, you just write about them. And then... Is this... Maybe now that it's hollow, now if we close it down again, and if we flood this place again, will this all move to the surface maybe? And then, oh, I see, it's a treasure chest. And then once it does that, do we then use the dangling key to open said treasure chest? Is that what we do here? And then we go maybe up here at one point? Maybe not today. Not today, okay, good stuff. Okay, let's flood this place again. See if that does it. I mean, maybe, I have no idea. Would it be enough to just put this up here? Like so? Is that enough? But this is flood everything now? Maybe. Yes! Look at that! Oh my! And then we open it up! To get yet another key. This one is thankfully not... Oh, this is also gonna... Dang, man. Does this unlock this then? Yes! Oh, and then the rungs come out to play. Oh. This is a bit magical, isn't it? What do we do with this then? Oops. What did I do? What was that good? Can't have been good. What was the black flashing thing? Does that mean we have low voltage here? Ah, okay. Does this mean we have good voltage now? Did this switch on some light somewhere? It's very difficult to see, but it may have. Let's have a look over there. Maybe it's a way for us to get in there now. That would be nice. I broke the universe again. So I'm actually surprised how I'm progressing here. I remember that this was in the very old version. Oh, now we have light in here. Oh, that's nice. In the very old version, I think I played the real Myst, the Unity remake once, and it was just too tough for me. I didn't understand it at all. So now we have light in here. That's quite nice, isn't it? Do we also have light in here? I think we do. Well, that's promising then, isn't it? If we go and try to get back in here. How dare I break the universe? I was trying so hard not to. Ooh, slippery floor, and it's all dark. And this is all closed and stuff. Oh, is this still dark down here? That is a shame. Is this maybe now working? No. That is still not working. And this is all just pitch black down here. That's a shame. Are these lamps we can switch on somehow? No. Dang. Ship age is a washout. Oop, what happens now? What happened here? What was the fade out? Something happened with the fade out there. Maybe we shouldn't worry. It's all good. It's all good. And this is still underwater. Okay. So then, what's the relation to this thing at the top here? What do we do with this? I'm thinking, is there anything of importance anywhere? I don't seem to see anything. I mean, there's the ship here. There's the ladder on the ship. Does that mean anything? Do you remember how to do this, Brian? On one hand, I'm just happy to be in this age because it looks quite nice, but at the same time, I feel like they wouldn't have put this thing here if it didn't have a deeper meaning / objective, that sort of thing. No worries. Hey, you tried, huh? You tried to remember hard. What did I have for dinner last night? I can't remember either. Yeah, so this is definitely a brain teaser. So spot 1 does the ship thing. I should take a note of this as well. On the ship age, let me just go make a note on the ship age. We have this M-type contraption here, and this one is the boat. Then the second one, I don't quite remember what that was. That does opposite the boat. Let's call this one the red bedroom, perhaps. The red bedroom. And then what does the third thing do? Does this also undo the... I mean, unflood the tower, do you think? Ages we try to figure these things out. No, the third one must be the tower then. Huh. But then there's also, oh I see, there's two entries into this. I see. And maybe this leads us to the other guy's bedroom, potentially. A little bit of additional light would be so good, huh? There. Right, different bedroom. What are the chances that this is where we're going to get the blue page from? Here's an equally compelling contraption. Oh, nice one. What are you having for dinner tonight? Yes, good question. I can tell you what we had for lunch. We had, I think, fish and rice with some Brussels sprouts. That was very nice. If that helps with the decision-making process, Nancy. Potions and lotions here. That's not something we know. Blue page. Awesome stuff. So we have that. These are all interesting contraptions here. But not anything we can select and do stuff with. So, what a shame, because what do we do now? This noise I hear clearly is just the door automatically closing. So we got a red page, we got a blue page. Technically we could just go home, but I don't know how to do it. Oh, do you know what? I think... Remember when I went to the tower and I cranked that little crank thing here? There was a light on, but the light is no longer on, so I wonder if I need to crank it up and just do that again for it to produce some power for a little bit of time. Yeah, see, this is down, so if I go and I crank it up, it goes and kind of charges up and lasts for maybe a couple of minutes or so, and then it gradually goes down. Screw noodle salad, that is nice. Yeah, look, and now it loses power here. I get it. This is cool. So if I wanted to have a nosy while the lights are on, hey, that might be exciting. Now the lights are on. That is very cool. And like with every good cyan game, you find different things here. Oh man, what is this? Certainly nice to enjoy the view here. Where does this get us out? Just before the light goes out. We go over here. Oh, these things are connected below ground. Ay caramba! That is how that works. Ooh, this is nice. So these things are connected. That's good to know. That's good to know. Let me just crank up the power again. I wonder if with the power cranked up then, if we can flick that lever that I've seen there, or if we just have to, you know, do other tricks. Ooh, this is exciting. This is very exciting. Don't wait. I mean, wait for me. I think this was the boat. Like down inside here. I don't know if I've tried that before. I've had run out. I'm kind of hoping that this is gonna... No, it doesn't work. Dang! Okay, fine. So that means there's another puzzle to be solved in this room that we discovered. But of course I have no idea how. So let's see if we can figure that one out. Like this thing with the big round wheelie thing with the kind of 1200 buttons around on the outside. Thank you for the quote. Three cheers for the sage. Have you found what you were looking for? And if so, which one did you go for? Because there's so many cool AI voices out there. Oh, was that wrong? Yeah, that was wrong, wasn't it? I needed to be... Oh no, this is correct here. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. We go over here. We go into here. And this, I'm sure, is a puzzle. Oops. Might not have been a good idea. What do you think we're supposed to do with this? I see no clues on the outside. I'm counting how many of these things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, that's like tons of them. That's probably the way to go, isn't it? Press all these buttons and see what happens. A little bit of distressing siren sound going on. I think that was much more annoying actually in real Myst. Does this make any sense? Quick, let's just give him 40,000 buttons with no explanation. It's gonna be awesome. Is it though, Rand? Because... this requires further investigation, I fear. What do you think they want from us? Does this finally connect to this? Which so far hasn't made a great deal of sense. Here's the lighthouse. Here's the ship. There's no aliens or whatnot in the distance. Then there's a massive rock. There's some other rocks sticking out. But that is not something I comprehended. 11 laps. Gotcha. Well, as long as they don't sound like first generation Siri, I'm excited to, you know, hear a few samples. Upload some on the Discord. I'd just like to listen to the quality. That sounds good. And how much is it? Free would be awesome, but sometimes it's okay to spend a bit of money on these things. So I have no idea what to do with this gadget or what to do with that plate with the manifold possibilities down here. Oh, I could probably switch on the light again. That was kind of nice. I'd love it if there was a way to keep this going forever. Shame we can't hook up a battery or something. That'd be nice. Have light forever. Free, that is great. That is great to hear. Brian, what was the one that you were using? That was pretty cool as well. That's a few years ago though, so I think technology does move forward rather fast. So this then connects both sides here. What does this want from us? I don't really understand that. Oh, we can also open that door. No, that's already open. Good stuff. So you switch on any of these and alert happens with blue light, the end. That is all. We just try this 40,000 times until eventually maybe something else happens. Is that what we're supposed to do? I don't think so. There's gotta be something here that makes sense. Oh, do you know what? Maybe, and I don't know if we have enough time for this, but maybe what we're supposed to do is switch on the power, go and... Oh, this is closed now, is it? Switch on the power, go down here, press a button, then go back, quickly see if we have enough time to put it back down, empty this, and go down and maybe go and press that other button. That is something I'm willing to try. Oh, I see. If you want to do a lot, then it costs you. So if you want to have 3 different voices narrate the Bible 5 times, then they're going to charge you. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Sage. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I'll have a listen. So my plan is here. Let's see if this works. I don't know if I have enough time for this, but if I go round here and I run, and I go run into here, and I quickly, very quickly, run into here and quickly press a button, and you know, sound sounds its usual sound. I might even be able to just go run back to the tower and just keep the electricity going here. That might be nice. Yeah, I totally went the wrong way, didn't I? Dang! Dang! Come on, faster, buddy, you can do it! And the light's already out. It's already out, isn't it? Ah, what a shame. That is a shame. I have a feeling it's a timer puzzle. Yeah, it's already run out, so let's try it again. Let's try it again. Oh, 5,000 characters, okay. $20 really isn't that much, so I'm always a big fan of, if I find something that I like and these people have a paid option, I go over and pay them, because I'm thinking, hey, that's actually really nice, especially if the price is right. Come on, come on, come on, you can do it. This time we'll try to turn around. Sometimes it's also tricky to understand, what does that mean, 5,000 characters? What is that in words, you know? It'll depend on the words, of course. It's a good way to do it in characters. It's very unambiguous, because otherwise people would give you long kind of words all the time. Oh man! So maybe it doesn't work that way, because I think this lasts longer. I think the moment I do this, does the power then get diverted somehow? Maybe it's not a timer puzzle. Oh, and then you mix and match your new voices together, like custom characters. That is nice. That is a nice idea. So press one of these things, get the sirens on, and then see what happens if we go switch back to our boat. Unflood that, see what's happening there. Because I think I heard the sirens on the outside, even though the power wasn't on anymore. So I wonder if it just got diverted. Sirens. Yep, sirens are still here with us, that's good. So if I now go to do this... Man, this is just like the worst control scheme ever! Ever! You have to play this with a controller and a mouse. So now we go maybe down here. I mean, maybe. Now, does this work? No, it doesn't. I have no idea then. Then I have no idea. Then it's too complicated to be something we can figure out. There's probably something hiding in here that's encased in pitch blackness, that if only we had a light, this would show up. I wonder if there's actually a light switch around here somewhere, but they made sure it's so dark that you can't actually discover it. Yeah, that is what I would do. Just be mean to the player as often as you can. Do you do that, Sage, in your project? Are you deliberately mean to the players? It's actually what I wouldn't do. Perhaps not deliberate. I just think it's deliberate in this case. Deliberately annoying and frustrating. Like, you know, Firmament. How can we make it more frustrating to the player? Less intuitive. More cumbersome. I had a playtester who had fun playing the project. I can't really have that happen. So I asked him which part he enjoyed the most, and we took that out, because that's just how we roll here. Yeah, no, that didn't work either. Well, I don't know then. I tried. I tried, seriously, I tried. I think this is actually to get back to the previous age. But, you know, what would be the point of having this contraption at the top then here? I still don't understand it. Oh, wait a minute. Does this somehow relate to this big round table that we have there? I mean, I don't know what this needs to be pointed at to begin with, but could it be that that and the knob we press need to be... This needs to probably be aligned on something, right? The more they complain. Okay. I think it's a big thing for any game developer, the haters, and dealing with the comments. I mean, YouTube's bad enough. Some people that you get there, like, not 99% of people who play your content, watch your content, but there's that 1%, and that's tough to deal with. You got to grow that really thick skin, or just make sure you find the block and never allow comments ever again button. It has to happen sometimes. It has to happen. Worse if they then go and find you on other social platforms and then give you the same shit there as well. It happens. It's one of those things. But yeah, you just got to remember, hey, that phone box is out of order. That's cool. There's many others that work perfectly fine still. Oh. And now it starts flashing. Yes. Very important. There's no reasonable engagement and conversations with psychopaths. It's just not happening, is it? But the good thing is, and this is what I always look at, the good thing is 99.9% of people aren't like that. And those are the people I focus on. And the people who deserve a block, they're rare, but they do get a block fairly fast with me as well. Interesting. Well, we shall come back to this tomorrow, because I think that age, we're not quite done with this age yet. I have a feeling that big round thing, we need to press a button that goes into the same direction as what we're pointing that telescope at the bottom, at the top of the hill there. But I just don't know what direction that should be. Perhaps the lighthouse, perhaps something else. I don't know. I will leave you with this nice view, because that is quite nice. So guys, thank you for joining me, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow at the same time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join Chris tonight at 8 p.m. He's doing a little Saturday night social session. It's going to be awesome. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.